and my speech is titled, All Rights Are Human Rights. Okay. So, in the modern United States, the minority group of the lesbian, gay, bi, transgender community is being denied rights, like the right to marry, and all the benefits that come with it, along with, in some places, the right to marry and the right to start families. But before we can get into this, we need to look at what love is from a biblical standpoint. Now, with this, from, shoot, I didn't write it down, 1 Corinthians, I believe it's 1 Corinthians. Love is patient, love is kind. Love hopes in all things, believes in all things, endures all things, and bears all things. Love knows no bounds. So, just let that sink in for a second. To properly give this speech, we are going to focus on a couple people. But before that, I just want to give you a couple numbers. Okay? Same-sex marriage is legal in 35 states. There are 50 states in the United States. 4.1% of the over 300 million people in the United States are labeled as members of the LGBT community. That's about 12 million people. Okay? Bestiality is legal in 37 states. That's disgusting. Yeah. 37. Okay. Now, the first person we're going to look at here, this is Jonathan Mowry. Jonathan Mowry is a student at the high school now. Not this high school, but a high school. When he made this video, as many of you probably have seen it, it's called What's Going On. Within 3 months, this video got over 14 million views. This kid was bullied since the first grade and had tried committing suicide several times and was bullied constantly. But he stands as a symbol to show us what true strength is, because through all this crap of the bullying and stuff, he's still there. And he's actually very, very notable now for his bullying stuff. Okay. So, the main thing that people often argue if you're trying to defend gay rights is, why do you complain if you have civil rights? Because you can get married civilly. Well, a civil union is defined as a legal union between two persons, usually of the same sex. Not always the same sex, but usually the same sex. But these are the rights denied under a civil union. Social Security survivors and spouse benefits, veterans' spouse benefits, immigration benefits associated with marriage, federal spouse employee employment benefits. You also lose the right to file joint federal tax returns. You also lose the federal exemption from inheritance tax. And a lot of people say that civil rights have a second-class nature, only because we don't get, or the community does not get, all the same privileges that heterosexual couples get. Okay, so along with all this, in the bullying and the fighting for the rights, the true march for the rights, for equal rights, began in the United States on May 18, 1970. Okay, when these two guys, right here, applied, two Minnesota University students applied to the Hampton County District Court clerk, General Gerard Manson, as the first same-sex marriage licensed couple. They were also the first in history licensed, and they began a revolution that would last for decades, and actually it's still going on. Okay, now I'm going to go with some more statistics, okay? Family, to anybody, if you're a couple, the American dream in the 60s and the 50s was to get married, start a family, and own a house with a white picket fence. Now, I'm not saying that that's the dream of every homosexual couple, but you want to start a family, okay? There are 163 million orphan children. That's not foster children, that's orphan. So that's talking about kids without parents, period. Okay? The divorce rate among heterosexual couples is almost 20%. That's among the United States. So, same-sex couples have a 2% divorce rate. It's a significantly lower divorce rate. And as anyone knows, kids who go through like a divorce, because I know Rhett Long, his parents went through divorce, and like there are times he hates going home. Like, I mean, people often think that, oh, it's just a thing with the parents. No, a divorce can destroy the kid too. And in a same-sex marriage, yeah, it's not perfect, and every marriage, no marriage is perfect. But if you have two people that share love for a kid, and it doesn't matter if they're male or female, if you have any parent that can share a love for their kid, it shouldn't matter. Okay. Not done. So, as I said, family, very important. This is Neil Patrick Harris, okay? Very noted on the screen, and also as a gay rights activist. This is his husband and his 2 kids. You can't tell me that's not cute. And I don't care where you stand at, that should just warm your heart. And also, even today, as teenagers, we look up to our celebrities, okay? And here we have Mr. Zac Efron. Yes, these people are not gay. They are straight celebrities that stand to support gay rights. We have Hillary Clinton and Zac Efron. Also, Dolly Parton and Obama as well. Obama's quote is, "No person should be afraid to walk down the street holding the hand of the person they love." Obama has been fighting for same-sex marriages, but has not gotten the approval of Congress or the House to do anything about them. And the last person that I want to truly highlight is Pope Francis. I'm a Catholic, and I truly believe, as a Catholic, that throughout generations, for the last hundreds and hundreds of years, we have looked to this man for the Word of God. As a Catholic, we believe that the Pope is the highest living official and is the closest to God. And when he gave this quote at the gathering, it shook the Catholic faith because it showed that it was changing. So, even through the Bible, yes, the Bible does say homosexuality is a sin. It also says bestiality is a sin. It also says cutting your hair is a sin. There are several things in the Bible that are a sin, yet we still do them. Bestiality is a sin. It's legal in more states than same-sex marriages are. Okay. Pope Francis, within the next 5 to 10 years, will reshape the Catholic faith. Period. I'm not saying that anything, I'm not calling anybody out, and I'm not saying that anyone's beliefs are wrong. All I'm saying is things change. For instance, the United States Constitution was written 238 years ago. And it's changed. The definition of what we thought the Constitution originally meant had changed and morphed into what we know today. It's the same thing with the Bible. The Bible was written 2,000 years ago. Okay? Who's to say what it means didn't change? That's what I want to leave.